Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. A car ploughs into a crowd in Liverpool who were celebrating Liverpool's Premiership victory, winning the Premiership. Well, it happened last night, and apparently it was a drunk driver, or he was drunk, or he was on drugs. And police have arrested a 53-year-old white male. Now, isn't that convenient of the Merseyside police to release a statement and saying he was a white person? Isn't that very convenient of them? What would it have happened if it had been a Muslim? Yes, a Muslim. We wouldn't have known. That they kept it secret. They'd have kept his nationality a secret. Just like they did at Southport. Nobody knew who he was, who carried out that horrible things at Southport last year. Of course, the police then kept everything secret, and along with Keir Starmer. He didn't want anybody to know, but isn't it, like I've said, convenient of the Merseyside police to release his what nationality he is? White British. Like I've said, what about if it had been a Muslim? That they kept it secret, nobody would have been told, because you know why? They didn't want a repeat of what happened last year when we had the summer riots. No doubt Starmer, when he was told of this, was probably picked up the phone and he instructed the Chief Constable of Merseyside not to say anything if it was a Muslim. But if it was now it's been confirmed it's a white British national, he said to them, go ahead and release his nationality. But of course, you know what Starmer's like, and he's two-tier justice at the moment. Yes, they've had to release it now because they wanted to get it out as soon as they can, as soon as he was arrested. And of course our thoughts are with the people of Liverpool for what's happened. But I'm just saying in this video that if it had been a Muslim, they would have kept it secret. They would have kept a lid on it. They wouldn't have said anything for the fear of having more riots again. This is what we have at the moment in the UK, two-tier policing. If a white British national commits a crime, well, the public are told right away that he was white. But if it was a Muslim, you're not told, because of the fear of, if the authorities said anything, the Merseyside police said anything about it being a Muslim, there would be trouble. The Muslims would probably go on the rampage and start to riot. And of course, at the moment, like I've said, we have two-tier policing, where white people are arrested and Muslims are not touched, because the authorities and the Prime Minister doesn't want any trouble from them. This is what Britain has become under Starmer. We have now a two-tier justice system, and of course Starmer doesn't care. He looks down on us white people in the UK, and as if we mean nothing to him. But of course, when we have a general election, he'll want to know us then. But of course, at the moment, well, let's not jump to conclusions about this. Whether the driver was drunk or on drugs. Let the police do their job, and they will come to a conclusion what happened. But of course, you know the internet. You'll always get speculation as to what his nationality was. With it's already started, I think, that some people, when they heard the news, took to social media and immediately thought it was a Muslim. But because it has happened in the past, hasn't it? And I suppose the left-wing media, the likes of Trash News, BBC News, ITN News, Channel 4 and LBC, they'll be all trying to join the dots and say it was the work of the far right. They'll probably say, oh, he was a member of the far right, and the far right will get the blame. And I know one who's probably starting that now is that nut job, James O'Brien. Like I've said, he's a nut job, isn't he? I suppose he's telling his listeners on his LBC show that he thinks it was the work of the far right. You'll probably get these left-wing loonies saying it is the work of the far right. And also, it won't be long before the Prime Minister joins in as well. But like the Prime Minister will be joining in and calling, saying it was the work of the far right, and you probably order the police to make arrests, even though they've got no evidence that it was the work of the far right. But you know these lefties, especially the left-wing media, anything happens like this, they immediately blame the far right. Must be the work of the far right, the evil far right. But like I've said, we shall see what happens. And like I've said, the Merseyside police will get to the truth, and we'll get to know what made him do it. Whether he was drunk or he was on drugs. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.